Hello, my name is Tristan Reed. I am the director of Underdog in the Maze project. Every person I interviewed was asked 5 questions. Question number 1, why is it important for young people to be in businesses?
I believe that it's important to have young people in business because there's a lot of young people out there at the moment that need inspiration and need to be able to give inspiration as well.
I think for young people to be in businesses is important because they'll give you a better idea and a fresher idea than all the people who have laid back or old systematic ways of doing work, while younger people will be doing work in a much more better, more systematic, more you can say in a way where everything is okay. They enjoy work and more techniques, better techniques to improve business and improve the society around.
I think it's important to have young people in businesses because as young people we are very creative, very inventive, are quick thinking, and all of those are good skills to use in business.
Obviously young people are the future, and when you've got older people been in business for so long, the experience and the knowledge that they have needs to be passed on.
I think it's important for young people to be in businesses because it gives them a sense of confidence and a sense of ownership of what they do. I think it's also important because in the current climate, young people are struggling to find jobs, and I think that if more people were able to use some of their inherent skill to make money for themselves, that would solve some of the problem of young people in unemployment.
But why not? At the end of the day, I believe that young people have so many ideas, have so much potential, and why not allow them to establish it at their age? I mean, a lot of people would encourage young people to say, wait until you're 35 or how old to start your business, but why not start when they're young, encourage them rather than
What barriers are young people facing?
In terms of support from the government, I'll say making the funds that they're giving out more advertised, so people will be more aware of it. But other than that, I'll say young people should be studying first so they know what they're getting themselves into, and then hopefully go ahead with their business plan.
What I think they need is moral support, especially by enthusiasm, giving them support by their parents, their relatives, that they can open up a business straight after their degree. Because most of the students, they think that they can't open up a business because they need money and they need financial help. But with that, they need more support by their parents and by the people around them.
We face social, the way we dress, even our skin colour, and barriers, instant stereotypes. For example, I could be wearing a hoodie and someone not hire me or want me in their business just because of that.
I definitely believe that young people can help themselves to run their businesses in terms of their innovation, and they need long-term vision, they need passion, they need motivation. I definitely think that they need support from their parents. I mean, I firmly believe that motivation starts from within the home, and if you don't have a secure family unit around you to push you in that direction, then you end up going out there feeling that you have nobody on your side. And it also stems in school, and we definitely need educational support from teachers. I mean, a lot of them will tell you to go in a typical stereotypical route of school, A-levels, university, but what about those students that actually want to do business? Where is the support to cater for them? So I definitely think that in terms of their help, parents, definitely the education system and themselves.
A lot of the older generation probably look down at younger people and probably think that they're probably not capable of being involved in things like businesses.
What help do young people need from the government?
I think mainly funding. Personally, because for people that are coming from certain areas and certain lifestyles and places in life, funding is not easily accessible, finances aren't easily accessible, so it's important for people to be able to obviously have a business plan and things like that, but to also have the funding to back up the business plan and to go into business.
More clubs, so to say, open that young people could go to get more clued up. I believe that if the government put forward more schemes and made them more easily available for young people to attend, probably a bit more advertisement, like how the internet is easily accessible these days. I think if there were more blogs that they could have advertisement of schemes that were available, that would be good for them.
The government should offer young people workshops or something like that where we can improve our skills that we currently don't have.
So after seeing BCU, we came to Aston University to find out the views of other students.
Education is a very strong start. I mean, nowadays, presumably by 2012, for a degree, it's going to be approximately £9,000. This is quite a large sum of money to be spent on education. The government could try and increase funding towards that. Recently I watched the Parliament channel, and I believe it was Lord Alan Sugar, who was giving a speech about enterprise and economic growth, where he stated that things like business link centres are of no use to young entrepreneurs because the government's spending £250 million sterling per annum on information that is otherwise readily and freely available online. That money could probably be best put to minimal startup companies, perhaps, testing their validity and testing if they would actually be capable of earning a profit. The government could actually increase funding in that. Little social clubs, perhaps, to increase entrepreneurial spirit would be a good start as well. So these are things that the government should research. He also, I remember, went further on to explain that a lot of people in business posts with regards to the government have no business experience. Hence they are probably of least use to people that are starting a business. And I say this with the utmost respect because it is very difficult to talk to someone about starting up a business when they have no idea or background or even experience of starting up a business and the difficulties included.
What help do young people need to run a business?
I think people could do with things like mentors, people who have already been in the field that a young person might be getting into business. So I think the best help people can get is real life experience from a mentor, someone who's already been through those paces and through those steps.
Well, I think there's a whole range of things there that you could talk about, whether it's the financial support that people might need, whether it's the support and advice of people who've already been through the same process. I think the help of people who already run similar businesses is always invalued. I know when we set up here, we took lots of advice from people who've done similar things in the past. We found that a lot of good help and support has come through Business Link, which is the government-funded business scheme. I know for myself anyway, I'd never run a business before when we started this, and certain people who were involved in Business Link were of a great help.
I strongly believe that a young trainee of today is future's entrepreneur, and a young person needs expertise, training, skills that are very essential for him to learn about the market, about what's going on around in the market, and about how to acquire the skills. So for young people, if we provide opportunities to have businesses, that means this country or the place where a young person is learning and getting exposure of acquiring skills that are needed for business.
I think the help that young people need to start a business is help, I think, regarding knowledge of what business is all about. When I say knowledge about what business is all about, more in terms of the educational side to it, the theoretical side to how businesses work. So maybe qualifications and applying to maybe go back to school or go to college or university, so you can learn the theoretical side and the intellectual side of how businesses run. And why I say that important is that in this current climate, we need a lot of organizations now and a lot of businesses or big companies now require a qualification. So for me, I think that would be a good asset to have.
What help from big companies?
Well, I think big companies can help in the sense that they have money to spend on what they call their corporate responsibility. So a lot of businesses have a budget to help emerging projects or things that are culturally important. But also I think that obviously they're big business, so they've done it in a tried and tested way, so that young people could look to their model and hopefully learn some important lessons.